Hi, Ketlie here from the Strategy Room. Good to see you again. I have a treat for you today. I had an interview with Spence Finlinson, a motivational speaker. I think it went pretty well. You tell me. I'll see you on the other side.
And nothing ever is done.
Yeah.
Staff meetings have a bad name.
Yes, they do.
Generically in the workplace, right? And so how do you get people as a leader and a manager, supervisor, to buy into your vision? Because you can't go it alone.
No, you can't go it alone.
You can't go it alone.
No, you can't. You have to show them first of all, where do you fit in this picture? Okay? And when you want to do something that's going to affect everybody, you have to get the buy-in, not at the meeting, but before the meeting.
Yes.
Okay? You have to get the buy-in.
Before the meeting.
Before the meeting.
Yes.
Right?
Because you won't get it at the meeting.
No. Before the meeting.
Yes.
You have the conversation, and you have to be strategic in everything that you do. You know, you just show up and then spew.
Right.
You have to be strategic. So what I would do, from my experience, if I know what I want to speak about the next week, I would go. Well, I had a routine. I would go and speak to every one of my staff every day.
Really?
Every day.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
How large was your staff?
Yes, about 30.
And you would speak to each of them every day?
Every day. Every day. And I knew them.
Wow.
I knew them personally, and I knew their stories personally. So their children, their families.
Yes,
so I
which is important.
Yes. So people want you to care about what they care about.
Of course.
And I genuinely cared about what they cared about. And so it's a trust.
Yes.
She cares about me. And because she's pouring into me and she wants to know what's happening with me,
positively.
I respond. Law of reciprocity.
Yes, that's right. The law,
of reciprocity.
Exactly.
And then I also let them give me feedback.
Right.
Because I don't know everything.
No.
And I don't ever use the word I. It's we and it's us and it's let's. Okay, so make them feel inclusive.
Good stuff.
So once they're inclusive, I want to do this. What do you think? And sometimes they have the best ideas. You see the pupil dilate and they're so happy.
Yes.
And so when we come at the meeting, I want you to pitch this, okay? But I'm afraid, Mrs. Butler, I'm afraid.
Right.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll call your name and say, this is something that you came up with. Recognition, okay?
Yes.
Recognition.
Yes.
And you cannot just do this once. You have to be continuously doing this. And you must have a genuine love for people.
Awesome.
Don't lead if you don't love.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have a couple of comments I need to read. Radia Rhodes says she's serious. That was your routine.
Yes.
Obi Brown, my good boy brother, he says buy-in is the key to seeing the vision. Yeah. And that's what we just spoke about. Thanks, Obi. I think we have a caller on the line. Sean? Miss Mackey is on the line. Good morning, Miss Mackey. Miss Mackey is still there? No? So let's continue. The numbers to call today, 325-5403, 325-5445. Our family island is 1242-300-8255. In this segment, my guest is Ketlie Butler, a performance enhancement expert, I'd like to say. A great speaker and everything else, right?
Yes.
A leader,
Yes.
a leader extraordinaire. And we go back to leadership.
Okay.
John Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership. You can tell a lot about the people in the organization based on the leader. And you can tell a lot of people about the leader based on the people in the organization.
Yes.
Speak about that for a few
yes.
minutes, please.
Everything rises and falls with the leader because the leader sets the culture, the tone, okay? I'm reminded of this story in the Bible. Moses was having a very difficult time leading, and he went to God and he was just complaining, oh, I can't do this. This is difficult. Why did you bring me here? Why did you anoint me to do this? And God said, okay, tell you what, get 70 or 72 men, bring them to me.
Right.
And I will put some of your spirit in them, and they will assist you. Not my spirit, God.
Right.
Spirit. Your spirit, Moses, in them. And that tells you that once you're training your people, you have to put a little bit of you in them.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So usually when I'm having calls, or sometimes a difficult call, I would call some staff in to see how I handle it. Okay?
You would do that?
Yes, I would do that. I would do that. Yes, I would do that.
You would do that?
Yes, I would do that. So it's not only verbal training. I show them differently.
By example.
By example.
You lead by example.
Yes, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean.
Ooh,
okay,
that sounds
and so
familiar.
I am a person who believes that, you should always go to the root of the problem. Don't treat the symptom.
Yes.
Go to the root. And as a result of that, my people, when they came to me for a problem solution,
yes,
I said, what do you think we should do?
Right. You asked them.
What do you think we should do? Yes.
Right. You didn't just direct them and tell them.
No. What do you think we should do? And when they tell me, and you can see that, hey, I mean something. She's listening to me. My opinion matters. And then before you know it, we had like 30 Ketlies.
Wow.
In one space.
Yeah,
and
they multiplied.
Right, so I didn't have to work hard.
Okay.
Because we all were on one synergy. We thought alike in our own way, but the bottom line is we all thought alike.
Now, Ketlie, we have come out of a situation. I want to send a shout out to Rembert Albee, who's tuned into this program in Grand Bahama. Charlene Harris, they're all saying it's a great show. Diane Davis, good morning, Diane. They're all tuned in this morning. But I want to say this. We come from an era where we were used to strong leaders, particularly the African countries.
Okay.
Strong leaders, dominant leaders.
Okay.
And a lot of people in present day in the workplace believe that is the modus operandi. We need strong leaders. Particularly in African countries, a lot of them only respond to strong leaders.
That's what they were trained to.
That's the way they were trained. And that's right.
Yes.
They had strong leaders in those parts of the world.
Right.
All right. And so it's duplicated now in the workplace where people who are in management, supervisory level positions, believe they have to be all-knowing, dominant, strong forces, ruling with an iron hand.
Mistake.
Speak about that, please.
Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. We're not here to be a dictator to anyone. As leaders, we're here to develop our people, to inspire them, to do the job that they were paid to do, okay? They're not our children, okay?
Right.
They are women and men who came to do the same thing you came to do.
Right,
and so they are to be respected. They ought to be respected. And you get more from them when you meet them where they are and take them to where you want to go, okay? Have the conversation. Be respectful. This is what I would like you to do. Is there a problem? Do you have a challenge doing this?
Right.
The productivity will be so much higher. You don't lead in fear. You lead in love. Okay?
Yes.
People know they can read you.
Yes.
I would prefer for someone to be honest with me and said, listen, Ketlie, or KB they would call me.
Oh, they call you KB?
KB.
Hey, KB.
Yeah, KB. I don't think we should have done it this way. I think we should do, okay, that's good, and tell me why. And then they will tell me why, and then I'll tell them why I did it, and then they will have an understanding. We are grooming people to take our place.
Yes.
Okay?
There should be.
Yeah.
We should be, eh?
Yeah, we should be grooming people.
We should be. But that's an important point you just mentioned. A lot of times, particularly in our black areas, in terms of businesses, once the original owner dies, the business dies.
Yeah.
Because there's been no succession planning.
Yes.
No succession planning.
Yes.
And we find that a lot of times in organizations. One of the things that amazed me was when Saul Kersner's son died in that plane crash in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
He was a man over at Atlantis. Atlantis made a statement announcing his death, and at the same time, in that same statement, announcing the successor. Could you imagine that?
I love that.
Yeah, I thought that was incredible.
Yes.
The son died, and Paul O'Neill will take over. No wringing the hands. Oh, Lord,
no.
what we could do.
I love that.
Who we could find now. The same statement on the death announced the new person who's taking over.
Excellent.
Yeah, but we don't do the succession planning well.
We don't.
So we wring our hands and we worry who coming now. Well, it sounds like who's going to fill these shoes.
Right. So this it should start early. It should start early. I went to I was working in a particular branch, and I came there for the first time, and this lady came to me. She said, "Hey, I want a promotion because I heard that when people work with you, they get promoted."
Oh, really?
Right?
Wow.
Right, and she ended up being one of the most difficult.
Ooh,
right?
Really?
Because I understand, but I understand. I didn't condemn her. I didn't judge her.
But she was difficult.
Yeah, but simply because she was in the company for a very long time, overlooked, never got promoted.
Right.
But of course, it's nobody else's fault. Nobody's fault other than your own.
Right.
Right. But of course, she didn't see that. But I get
she
her.
was blaming everybody else.
Except herself. But then eventually I get her to see, and training and coaching. I got her to see, and then she ended up being the number one sales officer. Right?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
number one sales officer. So
that was a turnaround.
That was the turnaround. So it's meeting people where they are.
KB, you don't play.
No, I don't. No, I
KB,
don't.
let me just share this before we go to a break. Couple of comments, please.
Okay.
We have a break coming up in a minute. Suzette Vilborn says, Wow, awesome guest. More bosses need to listen to this.
Yes.
Thank you, Suzette. Patricia Peterson, my good friend, says good morning and blessings to all. Dorothea Miller is saying on our Facebook page, great show. Love the way she's presenting a leader extraordinaire. This is what is lacking in our country today. Thank you so much, Dorothea Miller. Lorenzo Burris, my good brother, says, good morning to you, Bishop, and your guests. Phenomenal show. I realize being a leader in an establishment, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Keep up the good works. Razor sharp. Thanks. He's so right about that, eh?
Yes.
You're so only as strong as your weakest link.
Yes.
Thanks, Lorenzo. We're going to go to our break now, and when we come up, we'll continue our discussion. My guest is KB, Ketlie Butler.
Yes.
We'll be right back after these messages on Immediate Response.
Hi, thank you for watching part 2. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye-bye.